Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and today we will be sailing and reviewing the Tier 7 premium German battleship Scharnhorst 43. But first of all, thank you very much for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. Please also receive my warmest welcomes to 2024. I hope all of you managed to get some rest during these holidays, if you had any, and are ready to face the new challenges of our lives head on. But for now, let's check out the stats of our ship. Scharnhorst 43 is, to put it simply, a better Scharnhorst. You retain the same armament types, the same hull, HP and armor, but this version of the ship has a few more tools up its sleeve. Let's start with the negatives here. You straight up lose 3 seconds on your main battery reload time, increasing it to 23 seconds, as well as a bit of range. And your secondaries deal slightly less damage. For that, you gain increased secondary reload time and range, a much faster reload on your torpedoes, and access to an engine boost, which by itself is already a game changer. There might be some nitpicked details about anti-air that I won't even try to cover, but essentially Scharnhorst 43 is meant to brawl, with the ability to move around the map much faster, make use of its decent secondaries for the tier, and dominate close-range engagements with fast reloading torpedoes. What better ways to trial this new must-have premium than Tier 7 ranked battles, which will be the arena for today. I am very glad to be back on the saddle, making the best possible videos for you, and I hope that I will be starting the year strong with this replay. So, get yourself comfortable, and without further ado, let's send the Scharnhorst 43 to battle. And here we are, on the map Ring Domination mode. Funnily enough, last time I featured a ranked replay was also on this map, playing the Tier 7 German destroyer Liberect Mass, so it seems fate has brought us back here with yet another German ship. Given that there are not any flank spawn for ranked, and that both teams start the battle kinda grouped together on opposing sides of the map, we decide early on to set sail for the A-cap vicinity, given that it is the closest to us. The teams are composed of 3 battleships, 3 cruisers and 1 destroyer. This Bronze League season, being Tier 7, we are also blessed with not having to deal with carriers or submarines. Matchmaker shows a Colorado, Sinop, Scharnhorst 43, Asturias, Lazzo, Algerie and Akatsuki, while our team brings a Poltava, 2 Scharnhorst 43, myself included, a Lazzo B, Weimar, Schumpfen and Mahan. So a good mix of all 3 classes, this should be interesting. And here we can already see, as this enemy Lazzo gets spotted early on, that we don't have the range to engage. A normal Scharnhorst would have been able to catch this broadside, and we are feeling the differences from the get-go. Friendly Mahan here will take point on the A-cap, also giving us spotting, which in this mode is quite crucial. And even though we are also escorted by a friendly Lazzo B, the rest of our team is staging off of Charlie. Depending on how the enemy team reacts to this, we might have to do some heavy lifting on this flank, and as we get spotted by the enemy Akatsuki already reaching into A, we get ready for some action. Incoming shells from behind the island, we angle into them, and enemy Colorado, Asturias and the Japanese destroyer are spotted, the latter which we engage instantly. And the very first HE shell that touches our ship instantly destroys our starboard torpedo tube as we land 4 overpans on the Japanese destroyer. For real? Yeah, for real. Quite frustrating to have our close quarter tools stripped out like this by a couple of 8-inch HE shells, but it is what it is. For now, we try to retaliate against the Spanish cruiser, while it seems our Mahan took a torpedo and is already on 1/4 HP. Another enemy ship is joining the fray, Scharnhorst 43 that is, but we are charging straight in. Why, one would ask? Well, since our Mahan laid down a smokescreen, this is something we can try to use to close the distance and put our secondaries into play. Our ship also comes equipped with a fighter plane that might help us spot too. And in any case, we have some island cover on our right with a potential escape route if we really need to. We will be spotted intermittently by the enemy Scharnhorst planes too, but we are doing a decent job at making both enemy battleships, cruiser and possibly destroyer turn away, which might help our Mahan get a hold of the cap after a seriously rough start for him. We managed to go dark and enter the smoke. A little late, I'll admit, with only 30 seconds left on that specific puff. And even if I'm tempted to take shots on that Colorado's broadside, I have to apply some trigger discipline here and let my secondaries do the damage for me. Though the Mahan decided to try and flip the central cap instead, and with us being resetted through the smoke, the latter dissipating fast, we have to come up with another plan. I am given just enough time to let the Colorado come closer, offering me a solution for my port side torpedo tubes. But we are not the only one with torps here, and Akatsuki will definitely be flooding this position with them soon. So, torps away, and so are we. Asturias, getting a bit overconfident on the flank here, forgets to respect Scharnhorst's 11-inch guns and actually takes a Citadel for a total of 12,000 damage, and that will teach her, but we have to dip out of the flank for now. Speaking of flanks, our team has managed to stall the enemy forces at sea, with the Sinop tanking bow in and both Algerie and Lazzo kiting away. Our escape route is directly in line of sight of all of these ships, and we will be taking some pain. But such is the role of a battleship, right? Taking pain, but most importantly, dishing out some, as the broadside Algerie eats a double Citadel shortly after Colorado ate one of our torpedo. Focused on not beaching myself here, I wasn't even paying attention to these ribbons, so call me surprised when I turned my camera back on the French heavy cruiser, only to realize that one more salvo would do the trick. Still, 3 overpans to grant us the first blood, the duality of battleship AP in full display here. But having already traded almost 80,000 damage and being on our way to relative safety, we are off to a great start. Although, the enemy team is now pushing quite hard, with our friendly Lazzo only temporarily disrupting their advance. No sign of the enemy destroyer either, which by the way has now full freedom of movement on this side of the map. Rather scary, especially with the friendly Lazzo now destroyed, and we find ourselves in a bit of a dilemma. Do we attempt to meet that push and brawl it out, leaving our cruisers with the ability to assist from island cover, or do we play it safe, trying to build some distance and recover some HP? I will be hesitating for a bit while trying to train my guns on this pesky Spanish cruiser that refuses to disengage, but then proceeds to eat yet another Citadel from our back turret, only to be finished off by the friendly Weimar a few seconds later. I am still hard spotted though, meaning that the Akatsuki is on our direct right, somewhere along the 1-2 line or even closer, and with this in mind, I have to start moving if I don't want to eat torpedoes. I'm trying to ping the potential location to our Mahan, but the endeavor of hunting down a Japanese destroyer backed by 2 battleships is way too risky for him on that HP. But speaking of which, the US destroyer gets caught by the enemy Lazzo and succumbs to Scharnhorst's secondaries, while the rest of their team captures A. We still have the point advantage though, even with 2 ships down on each teams. Meanwhile, Schampfen is capturing Objective C for us, which will start bleeding points in our favor even more. Friendly Weimar's hydroacoustic spots the Akatsuki's torpedoes for us, but in any case, we were out of their way. Now it is time to defend B. Enemy Colorado is calling off his push onto us, seeing as our secondaries and torpedoes have already done a number on him. But both the enemy Lazzo and Scharnhorst, with our Mahan now down, are taking aggressive position in the middle cap. Friendly Weimar is sending it too, and even if we cannot save her, we can use that distraction to get some crossfire. So, engine boost activated and we are picking the island. Flat broadside Lazzo, we take our time to make sure our back turret is clear, aim at the waterline, fire away, and 3 citadels. Yeah, no, 3 overpans. This will happen more than you think with these guns specifically, regardless of which Scharnhorst you are playing actually. But in any case, our secondaries are helping us out, and we should have enough time to get one more salvo off before Lazzo reverses into cover. Good news, we scored enough secondary hits to trigger Gunther Luchen's special talent, boosting our secondary gun reload time, and Lazzo goes down, granting us our second kill of the game. Bad news, the Poltava also went down, leaving us in a 3 versus 4 situation. And I'm gonna get a bit stuck here. I would like to use the Schampfen smoke to go dark, but the Akatsuki is still spotting both me and the friendly Scharnhorst. I have to run away also from that Japanese destroyer and end up sort of broadside to the enemy Scharnhorst, eating more damage than I should. Pushing forward too much would then force me to brawl the Sinop, which is a terrifying opponent to face with its hard-hitting 16-inch guns. We do clip the Scharnhorst with a torpedo though, which is really nice, as the flooding it caused will end up destroying it. And well, here it comes. This is where we get really lucky. Sinop aimed too high, perhaps to clear the island, and only hits our flat broadside with a few overpans. A well-aimed salvo would not have killed us, I think, but definitely would have crushed the remaining HP we have. We are also going to get blessed twice with the enemy Akatsuki finally coming out of concealment after misjudging her stealth, possibly getting too excited to have 2 battleships unable to do anything about her, right? As she tries to smoke up, secondary shells are already in the air and we end up getting the hits and the kill. A fantastic succession of events here, turning the game in our favor. We now have to deal with 2 healthy but slow and clumsy battleships, which with our superior speed and maneuverability, we can hope to catch and brawl. First though, we have to let our friendly Scharnhorst take the lead on that one, as we need to lick our wounds a little before we jump back into the melee. The friendly Schampfen has also done a fantastic job so far, preserving her HP and putting herself in a position where she can help with guns while playing around key objective C. With the other Scharnhorst pushing straight from the south side of C, I will try to rush the other side to prevent the Colorado escaping anywhere. I am also able to freely push that side now, since the Sinop was last seen sailing back to A. This will leave the friendly German battleship to face off in a 2 versus 1, as we won't get any angles yet to assist with guns. And from what we can see, even with torpedoes in the water and secondaries blazing, our friend here is losing the fight versus these big calibers. Well, I guess it's my turn, but I have the element of surprise, at least for a while. My main concern here is Sinop, obviously, and I will try to push as far forward as I can to delay our encounter with cover while I try to deal with Colorado. Conveniently, it is also the side where our torpedo tubes haven't been destroyed yet, and I will hopefully be able to use them. Our stealth doesn't remain for long though, plane spotting is always there to mess up your plans, hey? And we also won't get an angle in time to reset the cap, which is somewhat fine given the point advantage we still have. Friendly Schampfen here taking some risks engaging the USN battleship, but with her smokescreen at the ready, she will be able to go dark and remain safe for now. But it's big gun time, and oh do I know, Colorado can hit very hard. I guess we just hit harder, with 12,000 on the upper belt, even though we eat 8 and our secondaries engage again. How about torpedoes? Nope, literally 0.4 seconds before our tube reloads, one single HE shell from Colorado's secondary batteries takes it out, just for comical timing right here. No fret, we don't need them. Our secondary armament proves its worth once again and grants us our Kraken Unleashed. Last heal used and last engine boost activated. We went through all of our consumables this game, pushing our ship to the limit and racked up some pretty decent damage, while attracting some potential damage too. Angled and reversing, we are going to meet Sinop for the final throwdown. At this range, our guns cannot really citadel the Soviet battleship, so upper belt we go and we land 8,000. Our secondaries resume their wrath, and the Sinop, caught in a crossfire, decides to unleash his salvo blind towards the Schampfen's smoke, for it to land a miss and guarantee that we can finish him off before his guns reload again. Second salvo fails to kill, too much angle, I assume, but our secondaries have set a fire the Sinop cannot repair, latter which will tick, grant us the kill, and end this pretty tense ranked game on Ring with a well-deserved victory. 163,000 points of damage dealt, 500,000 credits gained, and about 7,000 XP earned. We achieved Confederate, Fireproof, 2 Close Quarters Experts, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood and High Caliber, out of 59 shell hits and 4 citadels, 2 torpedo hits and 2 floodings, over 200 secondary hits and 5 fires, sinking 6 ships in the process. 2400 base XP, a good amount considering there was only 1 destroyer on each teams, with the friendly Schampfen coming second thanks to her great contribution. Decent damage spread on our targets as well, outtrading the enemy battleships and crippling their cruisers while receiving almost 90,000 damage in return, 23 of which from fires only. Overall, an eventful, tight but yet fun battle, which I hope was also a good example of how Scharnhorst 43 can be commanded. What was your go-to ship for this Tier 7 ranked season, hey? Let me know in the comments below. With that said, this episode is coming to an end. Thank you so much for sticking all the way through. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, it would help the channel greatly. If you did not, well, thumbs down. But stay tuned anyway. As always, there will be more content to come about World of Warships. So, until next time, you have a good one, and you take it easy.